Capricorn, hello! We have the big 1-3 here because I'm hoping that by the time that I post this, I made it to 13K. Woo! Now, the funniest thing ever is that I was trying to take a picture with these balloons and I ended up popping the 1, which is interesting. So the number 1 could be significant. Yeah, and then I had to tape it together and it's barely hanging on, guys. But we made it! And we are here against all odds. That's what 13 means to me. Because 13 is supposed to be an unlucky number. And yet, 1-3, it's my birthday. And it's just always been my lucky number. Where there's supposed to be bad luck, there's good luck. There have been so many obstacles, guys. And you only get to see the best of the best. But I literally have gone through hell and back so many times just to keep doing what I do, just to keep on trucking. There have been countless nights I cried myself to sleep. So many times I wanted to just give up, and yet here I am at a very humble 13K. I just want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart and soul for all of the support that you have shown me. It means the world. Let's get into your reading. Let's get into your message for today. So yeah, you are a significant figure here. You have an important path and timeline to embark on in this life, Capricorn. And for some reason, either you have suppressed that hunch or you yourself have been suppressed, or the greatest things about you have been suppressed. Sublimate. Made to be less than, to submit in some way. But this is only the beginning. I'm sorry to say that this is like kind of starting off a bit negative and I really want a fun reading here, but there is someone here that wants to make you feel less than or kind of like step on you because you are worth something. You are someone. Someone seeks to make you feel less than because they know that you are of importance. So maybe by proxy of your greatness, you could uproot insecurity within another. So their coping mechanism for that insecurity is to be better than. Okay, and I've talked about this before where this collective idealization of being better than another is insecurity rearing its head. Because true confidence, true power, is able to celebrate oneself and another. Is able to give someone their flowers without feeling threatened, without feeling insecure. Also, security does approach insecurity in a whole different way. Insecurity seeks to avoid and evade, while security seeks to face and process and deal with it. Face things head on. Whenever you have individuals who are going out of their way to try to be better than you or try to make you feel small, that's because that's how they feel. They feel small, they feel less than, they feel insecure in some way. And so someone's going to come in here to try to make you feel less than or to position themselves above you. But someone who actually is secure within themselves, they either say nothing, go about their day, or they celebrate you. It's just that someone could feel inferior, and so they seek to make you feel inferior. Because true confidence is more quiet. True confidence can give someone their flowers, celebrate another, see the greatness within another. While insecurity seeks to be the best. It's a defense mechanism to an inferiority complex. It's like overcompensating for this deep-seated insecurity deep down. So that's what you're dealing with, Capricorn, and that's what you need to know, okay? Because, yeah, see, the song playing is called Defeater and Cowardice. You have a person here that's only able to experience pseudo-confidence through the act of subjugation and harming others or making others less than. Something like that, okay? That could be the only way that someone's able to feel a sense of power or confidence, but it's not true, genuine, secure power and confidence. Yeah, I feel like this is something you're familiar with, right? Kick, punch, or beat down. So yeah, someone wants to knock you down a peg. The thing is, though, is that whoever is treating you in this way, Capricorn, they have never met someone like you, quite like you. And that's one thing they may never admit, is that your greatness comes from your uniqueness. It's like there are parts of you that kind of go against the grain. I don't know, I just feel like you're really complex and someone wants to erode your uniqueness. So that's their tactic, is that they're going to subjugate you and talk down on the aspects of you that are unique in hopes that you're going to shave them off. Just cut them off so that you become uniform like everyone else and you don't outshine anyone because you're not unique. You don't stand out. You're just like the rest of us, and that makes someone comfortable. And so someone is seeking to make you uncomfortable so that you will submit and make them comfortable because your complexity, they're afraid that you're going to outshine them with your complexity. I'm hearing quality versus quantity. So yes, if this person, and I don't know yet, but if a person is going down the road most traveled, they will get a lot of support. The song playing next is Cobra by Megan Thee Stallion. I know that I'm different. I'm one of a kind. As you come out of your shell and you share unique qualities about yourself, those same qualities are going to be targeted and hated, but at the same time are going to inspire and free other people. It's both. Two sides of the same coin. You can't have one without the other. The only way you're going to get unconditional support is if you play it so safe that you do not bend the envelope too much, that you make yourself extremely palatable, that you make sure you make everyone feel good at all times. And if you follow the status quo, the safe route that has been carved before you. But if you take your own path, you're going to have adversaries. That's just the reality. It's like as if you have extra limbs, right? Okay, that's not literal. Maybe someone has an extra limb, I don't know, or an extra finger. But it's as if someone's like, oh my God, like I don't have that extra limb. And all those people are paying attention to Capricorn because they have that extra limb. I'm going to go ahead and make Capricorn feel super bad and insecure about that extra limb so that maybe they'll go get surgery and cut it off. And then I won't have to compete where I don't compare because I'll never have that extra limb. But instead of just appreciating like, wow, that person has an extra limb, how do they get through life? Like, I don't know, this is kind of a bad comparison, but it's like, okay, like instead of appreciating your uniqueness or trying to see how it might relate to them somehow, they're trying to like bully you or shame you or abuse it out of you, worst case scenario. But really because they don't want you to outshine them. They don't want you to have uniqueness that they themselves cannot even mimic. Because if they were to mimic your uniqueness, it would take them off of the worn path that they have walked down. And they would lose support. They would lose some sort of social approval or praise because they've chosen a path that is safer. Does that make sense? Hopefully that makes sense here. But I'm seeing that you are lighting that energy on fire in some way. Capricorn, I feel like you've built up some sort of exoskeleton here, but you're lighting it ablaze. You're lighting it ablaze in order to alchemize it into something else here. So yeah, you're not eroding anything. You're immolating though. You're alchemizing. Instead of eroding, you're alchemizing. Maybe you're taking that energy, okay? Or you should. All the energy that this person or people or whoever's trying to do this and interrogate you, that's energy. That's free energy. That's free money, free love, whatever you want to turn that energy into. If someone's fixated on you in any way, talking about you or attacking you, it's like that's energy that's being thrown your way. So yeah, you could get hit and it doesn't feel good, but once you learn the art of taking that energy, transmuting it into what you want to use for yourself, then that really changes the game, doesn't it, Capricorn? Then you come to a place where you're like, all right, well, I want to embrace the hate then, because that's a lot of energy that I, myself, as one human being, I can't produce the energy of 5 people. But if you're one person and you got 4 people targeting you, gossiping, even thinking hateful thoughts about you. That's energy thrown your way. And now, hell, you could have the energy of 5 people. Thanks to them, right? So who's trying to interrogate Capricorn? Yeah, see the 5 of Pentacles. Rejection, ostracization, okay, bullying. So I see that someone here is laying in the bed that they made. Like they're experiencing the consequences of their own actions, and I don't know what they've done. Maybe we'll find it out, maybe not. At the end of the day, what I see, they're experiencing consequences to their own actions, but they want to scapegoat you or blame you. Isn't taking personal accountability for their own choices, their own behavior, their own patterns, or whatever they've created for themselves in their life. And yet here you are, taking the energy of interrogation or attack, turning it into energy to fuel your own dreams or whatever it is you want. The name Jasmine or Jazz, Jack, Jazzy could be significant. You're holding on to the bigger picture, okay? In order for you to explain yourself, you would have to have someone live every second of every day of your entire life. And that's decades, that's years. So I don't know, like someone's like, oh, well, who are you? Tell me who you are. Give me the bigger picture. It's like, okay, you want to literally live my life from day one of my conception? Something like that, Capricorn. Okay, I don't know, to give the bigger picture. What is Capricorn being interrogated on? On your future plans or why you stopped something. About a King of Pentacles. Okay, so someone wants to interrogate you, like, where's your money coming from? What do you do for work? How come blah, 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 blah. I don't know. It has something to do with, like, finances. Someone wants to know, like, where do you get your money? Or something like that. I don't know, working. You're a Capricorn, right? Welcome to Twin Peaks. Okay, Idaho could be significant. Potatoes could be significant. There's some sort of new beginning coming here. Okay, you're going to have 2 very significant breakthroughs. It's not really a breakthrough, it's like wins. You have 2 very significant wins coming. Okay, Twin Peaks. It's like, okay, you're about to peak twice. Okay, someone could be doing drugs maybe, but I'm getting that this is like 2 level ups back to back. How did you heal? Okay, you healed from injustice. So your comeback, I just felt air hit my ear. That's very strange. It could be about some sort of crime that someone else did, or that you, or someone believes that you stole some money. So someone feels like you are manipulating, or you're trying to get away with something. Someone's like, how did you heal so fast? How did you bounce back so fast? Or something like that. Because you were holding on to some sort of secrets here. This is boundaries as well. The 4 of Pentacles. Damn, Capricorn, you could be here minding your business and people are like, oh my God, you're doing crime. You're sleeping with you're doing this, and then the whole time it's like you're just working. So I don't know. It's like someone doesn't understand you. They don't understand your process. They don't understand you. They don't understand some sort of unique perspective or unique way that you deal with certain things. You have unique ways of bouncing back. But maybe your process is undercover. You keep your process to yourself because maybe people have exploited or targeted your vulnerability. So you keep that to yourself and then, oh, you're a monster for that too, right? Okay, let's see though. So what do they think Capricorn did here with the 7 of Swords? That you did something unjust over and over and over in the past. That you have worked against someone here. So someone believes that you've worked against someone to create drama or whatever. But you're alchemizing that. Okay, here's the real deal. Someone might come at you and interrogate you. It's almost like someone's treating you like guilty until proven innocent. And so in their mind, you are guilty. And they feel that you were manipulating, lying, cheating, scheming in some way to work against another and creating chaos and drama. But what I'm seeing in the cards is that actually like someone is not able to take responsibility for their own part in it. My cards are showing me that someone is trying to blame you instead of seeing their part. Like what part they had to play. You know what I mean? It's all your fault. Okay. Because they can't see the bigger picture. They're like, how come you bounce back but we don't, or I don't? What has Capricorn been up to? What's their secret here? Let's find out. Okay, Capricorn, I'm sorry, I'm about to spill your beans, all right? If you don't want your beans to be spilt, don't watch my channel. Because if you watch my channel, I'm going to pick up on your energy. So one trick that you guys can do, okay, because I've had people in my comments saying, how do you know about this project I'm writing? How do you know the contents of the project? How do you know I said this to my friend? Like, I pick up on things that you might say to people in your life, ideas you have, creative projects you're working on. So if you don't want me to pick up on certain things, ask your guides. Tell your guides, tell them like, hey, I love watching Valyrien's channel, but I don't want Valyrien to pick up on my work ideas. I don't want Valyrien to pick up on this about me. I don't want Valyrien to know what I'm working on behind the scenes. I don't want... Ask your guides to conceal it. You have power in your life, guys. So if you're coming to my channel watching me, you're giving me and my guides permission to pick up on your energy. So if you don't want me to, don't watch my channel. If you don't want me or my guides to pick up on certain things because you're a private person and you have boundaries, great. Implement those boundaries. Tell your guides. Tell spirit. I don't want Valyrien to look in on this part of my life because it's private. This is what I'm dealing with. I don't want anyone to know. And that's perfectly okay. You can do that. This is one way you could take responsibility for your boundaries. You know what I mean? You have power. I don't have to know everything, and hell, I don't know everything. Because I know, like, I have obviously other tarot readers, I have TikTokers on here, all kinds of stuff. And then I notice that I'll pick up, like, information about people's content before they even post it. And I'm like, oh my God, I hope you don't think I'm copying you. Literally, like, even though I post it before them, it's like, just tell your guides, like, to not allow me to pick up on certain info. That's all, okay? That's a little trick that you can try, okay? So you've been bored, disinterested. So whoever's interrogating you, you tried to push this person away, or just, I don't know, you're not interested. You were very unsatisfied with whatever energy they brought to your life. What kind of energy did they bring to Capricorn's life? Rejection. Okay. So rejection, feeling not good enough, insecurity, ostracization. So that's the thing. It's like someone came in here and drained your energy, drained your motivation by rejecting you, projecting their self-judgment onto you. Okay, the Five of Pentacles is not a good energy. And then the moon reverse, it's the dark side of the moon. But they brought the energy of rejection, ostracization, mystery, inconsistency, you know what I mean? And so that's why you were like, you know what, I'm not interested in working with this person because, like, I am exhausted. I'm drained, dude. I'm feeling left out in the cold, rejected, you know what I mean? Ostracized, but you're the problem. That's the thing. It's like, whoever this is, they literally cannot see their own part. They don't take responsibility for themselves. In any situation, unless it is overt abuse, there's two sides. Say you have like an argument with someone. It's not always just one person's fault. Most of the time, it's two sides playing into it, right? So say someone rejects you or says something rude to you, and then you react to that rudeness with rudeness back. Guess what? This person's responsible for the rudeness that they brought to the table. This person's responsible for their reaction. It's not just all the one person who reacts, okay? That's bullshit. So yeah, I'm gonna move this. Yeah, one. It's not one person, it's actually three. That's what I'm getting. It's not one person, it's actually three different sides. Three parts to play. If someone chronically doesn't take responsibility for themselves, they're always going to be blaming someone else, okay? When it comes to experiences of abuse, that's a different story, right? But when it comes to conflict in life, there's two sides. Or if there's more people, there's more sides. But I'm really getting that someone doesn't know how to take actual accountability for how they show up, what energy they bring to the table. But they're so used to blaming everyone else, and now you're the next person that they're gonna blame everything for, right? And so here's the thing. You bounce back from an unjust situation so quick, probably because you know how to take accountability for your part, even in the face of everyone not doing that back. And the thing is, the only way you could really create the mending of any kind of wound is that both parties say they're sorry for their part. But if you come to someone and you're like, I'm sorry, and they're like, yeah, that's right, it's all your fault. Like, they're taking advantage of that vulnerability. they have a part to play too. And the only way to have a healthy connection is both parties are like, okay, I'm sorry for how I reacted. I'm sorry for doing this. That was stupid and petty. You know what I mean? But you're dealing with the person here where it's like, okay, you take accountability for yourself, your mess ups, your desires. And that's part of the reason that you bounce back so quick. Because you're like, okay, the only power I really have is my own decisions, my own actions. You can't control anyone else. More often than not, people are not going to take responsibility for their actions or anything, okay? So you kind of have to move through life knowing that that's the case, knowing that the only guarantee is how you take responsibility for yourself. So someone is playing the blame game here. But you know what they say, when you have a finger pointed at someone, there's 3 pointed back at you. 3. That's the magic number today, guys. 3. All right? So someone has 3 fingers pointed back at them, or there are 3 sides to a story, and you are no scapegoat. You're turning some sort of mental ailment or struggle that you've been facing into independence. Into finances, independence. You're turning an ending to a connection, a job, a relationship, or something into financial independence, or creating some sort of dream here. Following your dreams, creating your dreams. It's like the 9 of Swords meets the 9 of Pentacles. It's transmuted. The energy is matched. Energy cannot be created nor destroyed. So for every sword here, here's a pentacle. 9 of Swords to the 9 of Pentacles. The energy matches. It's just different. It's transmuted. So that's the thing. I don't know. It's like someone wants your secret, but you like, I don't know. Maybe it's blatantly obvious. Like the secret is self-responsibility, self-accountability, taking all the energy from within yourself and outside of yourself and turning it into something that you desire. It's like also like this whole conversation about energy harvesting as well. There's 2 parts to play, right? So say you have an energy harvester come into your life, here they come walking in. And then they're like, I want to steal Capricorn's energy. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to attack Capricorn to trigger them. And then I'm going to take that energy and use it for myself. So here they come to attack you, Capricorn. Psh, 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 psh. Ah! Okay. So then you're like, WTF, bro? So you have a few options. You can attack back. Psh, 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 psh. Okay? Cool. Maybe that'll feel cathartic. Maybe that's the best choice of action for you. Because maybe this one's a coward and they'll run away. Or maybe they'll fight back harder. You don't know until you try. But anyway, another option is that you could stand your ground and say, hey, don't fucking do that. The thing is, they're still harvesting your energy. Or you can do this. What the fuck? Goodbye. And then that energy that was casted your way from that rejection, bullying, talking down, disrespect, gossiping, whatever it is, take that energy with you, transmute it into whatever you need, right? And then if you do that, this person, here's what's happening here. They're like, Capricorn, what the hell, Capricorn? Blah, blah, blah. You didn't react to me attacking you. And instead now you're doing better and I'm over here in shambles and I'm triggered. It's like, bro, why the heck did you attack Capricorn? Like, what do people expect to happen if you were to come to someone's life and you're like, hey Joe, what's up? I hope you're doing well. And they're like, man, you're just this, you're that. And they start talking shit about you. Like, what do they expect is going to happen? Are you just going to sit there and take it and let them harvest your energy? And no, you're either going to leave or attack back or whatever. But in this case, maybe you leave, transmute that energy, do what you got to do. Now this person's victimizing themselves and they're like, oh my God, look, you created so much drama in my life, and they can't even see. I don't even know. Is this some sort of game? Like, how do people expect other people to react when they're being actively disrespected, talked down on? Like, you cannot have 2 people come together and you're talking crap about someone. What do you expect, right? Okay, anyway, so there's your little diagram, or there's your little example. So that's a thing. And so now this person is victimizing themselves and they're like, look at all this drama you created in my life. And they can't even acknowledge the fact that they took the first shot. Now, maybe you were trying to just work with this person and they're talking down on you, trying to subjugate you, trying to make you feel less than, and then so you either bite back or you leave. Either way, this person victimizing themselves. It's like, what did you expect? Good, healthy relationships are not dependent on how well you can take abuse. Because for some reason they think taking abuse is love. There's a lot of spaces that actually believe this. That is so twisted. That's twisted. I don't know. So they're still coming to you and your energy and attacking you and victimizing themselves. Okay. If someone's going to talk down on you, you're going to alchemize it. That's just what you're going to do, loud and clear. Okay. And so when people see how you can use the energy of malice to benefit you, then they're going to victimize themselves when they could take notes. They could take the malice, even the malice that's coming from them. Let's be real. They could take the malice that's coming from within themselves and transmute it into something that will benefit them. But instead, they choose to not take responsibility. When you begin to see the patterns, you really do see like where the lack of boundaries is so widespread. Like so many people struggle with the lack of boundaries. And they don't take accountability for where they don't have boundaries. So when they get sucked into drama because they can't set boundaries, and I've done this myself, hello, I'm human. It's like they can't acknowledge the fact that it's them literally seeking it out. So here you are, Capricorn, the Emperor and the Eight of Wands. Like things are really flowing and moving for you. You could have energy sent to you from like 8 different sources. Also, the Emperor in the upright is highly responsible. I heard integral. Highly responsible, highly accountable. Like otherwise, you would have showed up like this. But no, you have some sort of power, some sort of responsibility. Maybe in your household, maybe in a job, maybe both. But you have so much energy coming your way, spiritual energy that's being transmuted and benefiting you. You're the big boss daddy in town here. Look at all this energy that people are sending to you. They want it to destroy you, but it's actually uplifting you. That's the adverse effect. You're alchemizing it in that way. I saw a TikTok that was like, people get so mad when they leave you for dead and you don't die. People get so mad when they formulate weapons against you and you take that weapon and you yield it into a tool to build your dream life. They'll start off as a villain, an antagonist, and they'll end as a victim every time. Okay? So I just want to tell you, you are a prodigy, Capricorn. Do not give up. Do not back down. See yourself for who you are. You might wonder, like, why me? Like, why? And not in the sense of, like, oh, I can't do anything about it. But it's like, why? Like, look, the Emperor here is empowered. And the Emperor not only empowers themselves, but empowers uplifts others with them. So you might be questioning, like, why me? Like, why am I the target? I'm here trying to uplift myself and aid other people. Multiple other people. Maybe you are the boss. Maybe you are a boss. I don't know. Venus energy, Taurus, Libra energy, Venus, birth of Venus is coming up. You're like, why? It's because you are unique. The lyrics in the song, just see what happens when you try to silence me. Your words get louder, don't they? This is also communication. So someone tries to silence you, you only get louder. Your prayers are heard louder. Your words strike harder. Your power only grows higher, larger. You're embracing the unknown. Interesting. Why is Capricorn being targeted? The Empress, okay? So you and your counterpart here, they want to make you and your counterpart feel judged, trapped. Why, though? Justice reversed, 2 of Cups reversed, and then the 10 of Swords reversed. So yeah, you have people questioning, how the hell did you do that? How did you pull that off? How did you bounce back seemingly overnight? Because you're coming from this energy. And I'm getting chills. Okay? I see it within you. Not everyone will. But a lot of people do. You bounced back seemingly overnight. And then you cut this person off. Maybe a cord cutting. Because there was a grave injustice done to you. And now they have the audacity to victimize themselves and paint you up as a villain because you bounced back overnight, Capricorn. You and your family, you and your counterpart. How did you cut the cord between us that allowed me to attack you and bounce back overnight? I feel like you've wronged me. I feel like you've wronged me by not falling victim to my attack. Let this be a testament, a testimonial to your power. People are seeing how you handled a grave betrayal and attack, seeing how you bounce back overnight. The proof is in the pudding. That's all I gotta say. You held down the fort. You did a million things at once and held down the fort with such respect, power, and love, not only for yourself, but other people you're responsible for. This attack against you really just showed everyone how powerful you really are. How badass you really are. How about it you really are. Okay? And they'll never get it. They will never get you. They'll never get it. Because they're not coming from the same energy. They're coming from powerlessness. If you've never gone beyond powerlessness, you don't know true power. You see true power and you're going to project onto that. For example, I've always had a twisted relationship with authority because all authority figures in my life engaged in corruption. And so I formulated a correlation between authority and corruption. This is healthy authority though. So whenever healthy authority showed up in my life, I rebelled against it. That's exactly what's happening now. You're showing up with empowered authority, with leadership, loving, respectful, empowered leadership, and someone who has that powerlessness brewing within them that they have yet to face, process, understand, and alchemize themselves the way you probably have. Because they haven't done that inner work, they feel threatened. They project. They're like, oh, you're corrupt. You're corrupt. You have too much power. I must take you down. And they see themselves as some sort of hero by victimizing you. It's so twisted in that way. And that is the power of shadow work. This is literally the difference between this and this is shadow work, literally. So this just popped up on my phone, okay? The higher your standards, the quieter your world becomes. The deeper your thoughts, the harder it is to find people who truly understand. You're amongst the few, not the many. The stronger your self-respect, the fewer people you allow in your life. The more peace that you seek, the more noise you have to leave behind or transmute. Growth comes with solitude and wisdom comes with silence. Not everyone will understand your journey, and not everyone is meant to walk it with you. At the end of this whole paragraph, it says, and remember, quality will always attract less before it attracts the right. So maybe you lost someone here. Maybe you've had to strengthen your boundaries, keep your circle small. Maybe you've had to downsize in some way. Or maybe you just really had to cut off some people. Quality will always attract less before it attracts the right. So didn't I say something about quality versus quantity in the beginning? I believe I did. So that's no mistake. So that is your life at this time. Is that if you're a quality person, you're going to attract the few, not the many. If you are a quality person with unique characteristics, who's truly empowered, who's faced the darkness, transmuted it, there are few people who will understand you because few people do that work. So it's quality, not quantity now. And not only are you saying that, but you are literally living it. Okay? And so you're seeing an example of how few may understand, because it's kind of hard to have empathy for something you yourself have not experienced, right? Okay, so I'm just kind of getting at this time in your life, you're being seen for who you truly are and what you're truly capable of and what you truly have to offer. Your legacy, so to speak, your reputation, it's speaking for itself. Okay, you don't have to say a word. Actually, less is more. From the reading, From what I'm getting, from what I'm hearing, less is more. Say less, do more. Your actions speak louder, and the right people hear you differently than the rest. Okay? So yeah. Bravo, Capricorn. Round of applause, because even through your heartbreak, you've shown up in the most phenomenal way. That powerlessness that you worked so hard to transmute over the course of your life, years, decades, experiences that these people have never seen you go through, everything that you've been through. Okay, you worked so hard to find your power. And what you will see happen every time is that powerlessness is like an energy that works through the collective. It tries to re-infiltrate you through other people, through their programming, like I've said before. Okay? Like self-hate. I have yet to meet someone that wasn't raised with the energy of self-hate. Most of us have to do heavy work to work through that, to learn to love ourselves. And when you finally get to a place where you're really starting to love yourself, that's when you see self-hatred reel its head through other people, trying to re-infiltrate your programming, your mind, your body, your soul, trying to replant itself. Because unbeknownst to a lot of people, that self-hatred programming has an agenda. It comes from people who have an agenda. It comes even from maybe entities that have an agenda. Hell, who knows? But that agenda tries to replant itself, and that's what's happening here. And you've just shown up and shown out like people have never before seen. Like, I feel so many emotions rushing through my body. It's a big deal. Like, you are so inspiring, Capricorn. You really did that. So even though the hate and the attacks, it hurts, it breaks your heart. I see that. Prepare to have a lot more people coming through who truly hear you, truly see you, and what you're all about. Okay? The next song that's playing is Lies. So do be prepared for the people who have attacked you and your legacy, or your family, or your divine union. They're gonna keep trying. They're gonna spread lies, okay? So keep alchemizing. They're sending energy your way. Even if they're thinking it, they're sending energy your way. But if they speak it, that's a lot more energy. If they're gossiping, that's a lot more energy. If they even act on those words, that's even more energy. Use it, okay? Use it to benefit not only you and yours, but let your cup overfloweth into other cups, right? And show people with your action what to do when you are targeted in such a way. Wow, this is a long reading. I did not expect it to be this long, but it was really important. It's very important for someone. It's actually just very important for the collective, I think. Yeah. See, and now you have some sort of love coming in here. This heartbreak, what did I say? Your heart has been broken from some sort of attack. Maybe a group effort or whatever, what have you. You're being blamed for it, but those lies, they broke your heart. But this is literally the transmutation. You're transmuting your heartbreak into passion, energy, creativity, motivation, okay? It's almost like all of this energy sent your way gives you the amount of energy you might have had when you were like a teenager. So it's like forever young. I don't know. So these people or a person or whatever, they're giving you so much energy that it's almost like you're a teenager again. It's like, wow, okay. And now you have so much more energy to literally do much more. So you have energy to repair the attack, process your feelings, transmute it, show up for a bunch of people, your person, your family, your community, whatever, your job, whatever. It's like you can do like 8 different jobs, but only one person. Wow. That's why. Because all this energy that's being sent your way is making you like a teenager again. Okay? So it has an adverse effect. And people are blown away. They're like, how did you recover from such a huge attack overnight? How? So yeah, they should be asking how, and they should be taking notes, but they're asking how in a way that's like victimizing themselves. Yeah, but little do they know, I see that you are hurt. Hole in the earth. It did break your heart. It did. Why wouldn't it? You're human. Why wouldn't it? You're human, right? okay? But at the same time, it's like you're taking responsibility for everything that you can. And through that energy of empowerment and responsibility, you're turning all of that pain and malice, justice, into justice times 7, okay? Many different forms of justice. That's what's crazy. For every lie, manipulation, or illusion casted upon you, there is justice. Yeah. Marvelously done. What is justice? 7. The number 7 is standing out here. Part of justice for you is literally separating yourself from anyone that is not aligned with your purpose, your principles, your character, your dreams, okay? What was coming up is like your circle may be smaller now. You might have had to cut off some people, or maybe they left, but you're making room for the right energies, the right people. Okay? And that's meant to be. Not everyone should have access to you like that. Yeah, innocence being shown. So, redemption. Okay? Even through all the lies. I'm not the whiskey you want, but the water you need. Outmonster the monster, or be quietly devoured. Yeah, so it's almost like attacking you stands as like a distraction from someone else's pain. Someone trying to make you feel down, make you feel sad, whatever. But you are not a distraction. You are not a drug. You are not whiskey. You are water. So you're bringing someone what they need, not what they want. But they attack you because you're not bringing them what they want. So I don't know. It's just crazy. Being authentic isn't draining. Performing is. The name Ashley could be significant. See? Self-responsibility is the only place we have real power. So that's where you're exercising your power. Just what you have control over. The energy in your orbit, your life, your choices, your behavior, your actions, and your boundaries, what you expose yourself to. You don't have control over what these people or person does to you, but you sure as hell have the ability to alchemize any energy they send your way, which is exactly what you're doing. So let them play victim. Let them talk. Let them lie. Just let it happen and take that energy and use it, right? I don't even think you need advice from me because I feel like that's what you're already doing. So that's what I have for you, Capricorn. I'm going to leave it there. Thank you so much for everything. Thank you for all the likes, subscribes, comments, all of it. Thank you. The donations, the patron subscriptions, all of it. Thank you so much, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.